Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are back with another brand new video. Today's video we are here to discuss Hamilton 1, Rangers 3, but boy is there a lot to talk about behind that scoreline. Before we do that, however, shout out to this month's sponsor, OneFootball, for being absolute legends and agreeing to help the channel going forward. Again, if you want a wee bit of extra Rangers news, the links for that is down there. And a basketball player. Now, as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by my finger bending the wrong way. It's free, it gives you a wee bit more extra Rangers content as well, and the link for that, as always, is down there in the description below. But now the intro's done and dusted, we have a game of football to talk about, so let's just get to it. And I think "let's just get to it" is the perfect phrasing that we need for this game of football, because let's not beat around the bush. It wasn't a great performance for the Glasgow Rangers. I'm not sitting here saying that was a world performance for Rangers Football Club where we dominate every aspect of the game, like I have done a couple of times so far this season. What it looked like to me is Rangers continuing their form after an international break. I mean, you look at the stats and how we played just after an international break, it continues to be the same. We take a while to get going and it's never pretty on the eye. And Hamilton, let's be fair to them, they are a decent team. We saw that with our own eyes. Two big lads up top that like to be physical and can bring others into play. But we went there, we didn't play well, but we got the 3 points. And once again, that is underlining the most important part of this entire season is we continue to get the win. And that's what's been missing for so damn long, especially last season under Steven Gerrard, where we were playing some beautiful football, but we get caught and we end up drawing the game. Drop points here, late goal conceded here. But once again, we rallied, we stuck together, and we grinded out an important result. But in saying all that, if you were to tell me that was the way the game was going to go after the first 7 minutes of the game, I would never ever have believed you, because once again Rangers score against Hamilton in the 7th minute. The last time we did that earlier in the season, I think it was like 6 weeks ago, we ended up bending them air and pumping them 5-0, and I thought that was on the cards again, ladies and gentlemen, because your man Ryan frickin' Jack was there just to continue to show why he is the best player in the country. Beautiful finish, 7 minutes in, we're living life and we're thinking 5, 6, 7. But I've got to sit here and give a lot of credit to Hamilton, because usually when they concede a goal early on, the heads drop and they fall away, especially against Celtic and Rangers, as happened already this season. But Brian Rice going ahead of the game was making sure their mindset was right, so if we did take the lead, the heat didn't drop and the game wasn't abandoned. They continued to stick with it, and we saw what they'd done throughout the 90 minutes. But 7 minutes after we'd scored, Smith steps up. It was a comical goal to concede, not funny in the slightest, but the defending was absolutely horrific. Honestly, I think we had 3, maybe even 4 chances to clear that ball. I think Hollander had one, I think Tav had one, I think Connor Goldson had one, but horrific all the way through. I'm trying to delete it from my mind if I'm honest with you, but Smith is there to heed it, and then it's back to 1-1. And when the ball hit the back of net to the equaliser, you think, oh, bloody course. Of course it's going to go in, because it's never easy being a Rangers fan, because this little chance 2 minutes prior where Ryan Kent had a moment of magic, opening his body up, beating 2 people, running towards the box and rattling the post, that can't hit the post and go in. Nah. It's got to bounce out, and then within 60 seconds they go down the other end. We have a moment of madness and they've equalised. It's just Rangers things, isn't it? But anyway, after they brought it back, you're looking at this Rangers team saying, right, we've been pegged back. Who wants it? Who's going to grab this game by the scruff of the neck and take over and be the man for Rangers? Well, in my personal opinion, and this is not just me being biased, ladies and gentlemen, the man for me was Ryan frickin' Jack. Once again, he done everything that needed to be done. He was the one player in the first half, in my opinion, that just wanted it. Whether it was going back and getting the ball, driving us forward, running with the ball, pinging passes in behind for Kent to have a chance to sweat it across the Defoe. The one where he chipped it right beyond the entire defence for Tavernier, who should score. And a couple of his shots, one forced another fantastic save and another one whiskered over the bar. Ryan Kent was everywhere, and to me, in that first 45 minutes, he was the one that wanted it most. It was just unfortunate no one else could quite match him, especially in that midfield. I was very, very disappointed with the rest of the midfield in this game of football. If they were half as good as Ryan Jack was in this game of football, we'd have walked it, but none of them was close. In fact, the only other man that looked like a Rangers player out in that park, in my personal opinion, was Ryan frickin' Kent, and he ended up making the difference with an absolute scream dream. But before we talk about that goal, we need to talk about the penalty incident involving Ryan Jack and Ryan Kent. Beautiful little reverse pass from Jack into Kent. Kent hits it first time. It hits the defender like here in the arm, where it's kind of slightly outward of his body. Now the commentary was just weird, because he says it's definitely a handball, but it's within his natural silhouette. To me personally, it looked like a handball when I first seen it. When I saw the second replay, I would have wanted a handball in it, but I can see why it wasn't given, because it was at least going downward. It wasn't going upward, so I don't know how you feel about that one. I'll be interested to know what you think down there in the comment section below. But thankfully, a referee mistake or possible mistake didn't matter at all, because we had a moment of quality just before halftime, and it came for the man that we spent £7 million on, because this is what he is capable of. He went out to the right side because Arfield was doing absolutely nothing, so Kenty went over there, opened the body up, shifted his weight over to the left hand side, little step over, defender never knew who he was. Guy looked like he was shopping at Farm Foods, didn't ken what was going on. Kenty opens the body up, rattles it, and I mean, it's absolutely perfect. I can't say anything more than it's literally in the top bread basket. That is a second food court, ladies and gentlemen. I think I might be hungry, but that goal, beautiful. And with that goal just before half-time, you go into half-time, you think to yourself, right, you know what, we haven't played well for 45 minutes. Gerrard will sort it, he'll rally the boys, the other players will wake up. Anyone that's not named Ryan will actually start playing football in the second half, and we'll be in a lot more control and just create opportunity after opportunity. Well, unfortunately, I didn't see any improvements in that second half. In fact, it was one of the worst second halves that I've seen Rangers play in a very, very long time. But I didn't want to be overly negative, because we came away with the win, and that's the most important thing. But reflecting in the game, that second half just wasn't quite good enough. We didn't seem to connect with any passes, any crossing. The movement just wasn't quite there. Did we have a couple of half moments where it looked like we were just starting to turn it on? Aye. But were we fully at it? No. And this brings me to the first thing I want to talk about on the negative side of things. Again, I didn't really want to go down this route, but we've just got to be honest with what we saw. Scotty Arfield, we have a problem. It looked like we were playing with 10 men. That's the best way to summarise that performance for Scotty Arfield. And we do have a Scotty Arfield problem, because he is so good when he's at it. And we saw last season how vital he can be. But the way we are playing right now, with the change formation from the end of last season, with the two natural winged positions, but with Arfield constantly drifting inside against a team that's parking the bus, he's literally just a passenger, because he's sitting there with all the congestion, and Tavernier's got to do two men's job on that right hand side just to offer anything. It was just strange, and I really thought Ojo within 2 minutes offered more than Arfield did in 68. And again, that was barely anything. I absolutely hate that I've said that, because you all know how much I love Scotty Arfield. However, he seems to be struggling in this new system that we are playing this season, so I just want to know your thoughts and opinions on him. But returning back to the game recap then, before we talk about the last goal in the game, we have to give a lot of credit to Hamilton, because they look like they were the driving force for the majority of that second half. And I'm going to send a bread basket and a Christmas card to Mr. Miller for that opportunity and chance that he missed, because it should have been 2-2, ladies and gentlemen. A counter-attack from Hamilton that was quick and devastating. However, a lot of questions have to be asked about Connor Goldson going for a 1-2 at that point of the game and leaving Helander on his absolute lonesome. It was a moment of madness for Connor Goldson, but Hamilton, a lot of credit to them. It was a fantastic, devastating counter-attack. It goes all the way out to Oakley. He plays a great ball in. Glenn Kamara, by the way, I absolutely love the determination to get all the way back. He does get a knock on the ball. It's absolutely fantastic, and I honestly think if Kamara doesn't get a touch on that, Miller is burying that. However, even with the touch, Miller's got to be disappointed he doesn't smash that into the back of the net, but thankfully he did. And again, Merry Christmas, son. But we didn't quite learn a lesson, unfortunately, from that scare, and for the rest of the game, pretty much until the last little bit of moment of magic from Ryan Kent, it was nippy bum time. Honestly, my arse was like the drums for Jumanji. It was just going off, but thankfully Kent settled us all down with a moment of class. And of course, the Buffalo had to be involved. Yes, he only played 8 minutes of the game, but the man's back on with another goal involvement. A beautiful little pass into Ryan Kent. And Kent, he actually tried a similar finish, I think in the first half, that was blocked by Easton, as pretty much everything was in the entire game. But this time, Easton wasn't there to block it, and Kent passed into the back of the net to settle us all down and officially kill the game off there and secure the 3 points. And boy, was that needed. But that's the kind of game recap all done and dusted, ladies and gentlemen. As I've already said, it wasn't the best game of performance. It was an ugly win, but a win's a win, and 3 points is 3 points. So now you've heard my say, I'm handing the reins over to you guys. What did you think about that performance? Let me know down in the comment section below. And now that me and the have had their say, let's sit back and relax and hear from the people on Twitter then, shall we? Now, I've got to be honest with you, I've only put 2 names down for the man of the match poll, Ryan Jack and Ryan Kent. For me, those were the 2 outfield players, the only 2 outfield players that played up to a standard of a Rangers player, in my personal opinion. Alan McGregor made a couple of very good saves. The argument could be made that he should be in there, but the likes of Tavernier, I know he got 2 assists and he got a vital block in the 43rd minute when they were through on goal, but his overall performance for me wasn't that great, so that's why I've only went with the Dirty Ryan double. But there's been 1,702 votes. Thank you so much for getting involved. 1% votes for other. 35% of the people votes for Jack, but the far away winner with 64% of the people's vote is Ryan Kent. And the first one, as always, comes in from Peter Ramsey. The man is lightning on Twitter. He writes in, Rangers' back four were all over the place. It was horrendous to watch. It needs to be sorted. Stevie Brown writes in, Kent shades it simply for his goal. Pistol7892 writes in, good performance from Kent. First goal was awesome. Hopefully he can kick on with more. Thursday will be a different game. Come on, the Rangers. DK New writes in, wasn't pretty, but sign of champions is getting the win whilst not at your best. Couldn't agree more with a tweet, DK. You've absolutely nailed that one. Liam G writes in, Kent, Jack, Michael Miller and Alan McGregor all standouts for me. Not the best performance, but Aki's done well. On to Feyenoord we go. Dickie writes in, Kent outstanding, Ryan Jack honourable mention for being class as always. Andrew Bluebells writes in, the 2 Ryans won us the match. I'll give it to wee Kenty though for his screamer. Kimberly writes in, Jack and Kent for me. Stressful game, but 3 points is all that matters. Shorty writes in, Kent, even that goal is enough for him to win that man of the match. The Don Gaiman writes in, hard to argue against Kent with his 2 goals. Good to see him back. Jack should get it though, in my opinion, however, but I've just came to expect that from him now. Poor performance overall from Rangers, but nice to see Hamilton actually try to get goals. Hope result doesn't put them off from trying in the future. Fair play, mate. Yeah, they did try, and they actually tried to play good football, tried to get people forward, didn't they always part the bus, so fair comment that. Graham Palmer writes in, Kent with Jack as a close second. The second goal pushed him to the top for me. And the last 2 that we'll read out, the first one comes in from Ali Moore. He writes in, poor performance from Rangers today. Very lucky to get the 3 points. Kent all day long. He played great. And the last one we'll read out in tonight's video, we'll scroll all the way up, we'll scroll all the way down, we'll stop it right there. And it actually comes from Stevie G, RFC. Not the Stephen Gerrard, I don't think. If so, alright, Gerrard. Anyway, he writes in, not long after Chris Sutton says Ryan Kent will not have a good season as last, he all of a sudden scores 2 goals and gets man of the match and probably gets goal of the season. Get it right up you, Sutton. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You've heard from the people, you've heard from myself, and apparently you've heard from Chris Sutton, as always, completely off the wall. But there it is. I have been CJNova92. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching, and bye.